So answer your attendance first. Mohammed Kaif,
Present, ma'am.
Namrata,
Present, ma'am.
Navya,
Present, ma'am.
Neha,
Present, ma'am.
Nivedita,
Present, ma'am.
Pooja,
Present, ma'am.
Pranam,
Present, ma'am.
Prithviraj, Pritika,
Present, ma'am.
Rahul,
Yes, ma'am.
Rakshit,
Present, ma'am.
Rakshit Mogavira,
Yes, ma'am.
Ryan,
Present, ma'am.
Rishabh,
Present, ma'am.
Robin,
Yes, ma'am.
Sachin,
Present, ma'am.
Sai Prasad,
Present, ma'am.
Samiksha,
Present, ma'am.
Samrudh,
Present, ma'am.
Samyak,
Present, ma'am.
Sandesh,
Present, ma'am.
Sandhya Holla,
Present, ma'am.
Sannidhi,
Present, ma'am.
Santosh,
Present, ma'am.
Satvik Shetty,
Present, ma'am.
Satvik Amin,
Yes, ma'am.
Syed Mohammed,
Present, ma'am.
Shalom,
Present, ma'am.
Sharol, Sharvari,
Present, ma'am.
Shodhan, Srinidhi,
Present, ma'am.
Shreya,
Present, ma'am.
Shreyas Movin,
Present, ma'am.
Srihari,
Present, ma'am.
Stefia,
Present, ma'am.
Suhan,
Yes, ma'am.
Sumit,
Present, ma'am.
Sushan,
Yes, ma'am.
Swastik,
Present, ma'am.
Swati,
Present, ma'am.
Tashwin,
Yes, ma'am.
Tejasvi,
Present, ma'am.
Varsha,
Present, ma'am.
Varshini,
Present, ma'am.
Vignesh Kumar,
Present, ma'am.
Vignesh Pai,
Present, ma'am.
Vijesh,
Present, ma'am.
Vishnu,
Present, ma'am.
Bharat,
Present, ma'am.
Janardhan,
Yes, ma'am.
Meghashri,
Present, ma'am.
Melroy,
Present, ma'am.
Nachiket,
Yes, ma'am.
Nikhil, Sandeep Prabhu, so the absentees are Prithviraj, Sharol, Shodhan, Nikhil and Sandeep Prabhu.
Ma'am, Prithviraj, present, ma'am.
Okay. Did you solve the last problem? Is it solvable? Can you find the unknowns there? Are you getting the triangular form of equations?
No, ma'am.
No. So that is incurable or unsolvable. Okay. So what is the first transformation we can apply there or elimination? What was the problem? Problem was U plus V plus W is equal to 2u plus 2v plus 5w is equal to 4u plus 4v plus 8w is equal to, right? So first thing is you have to eliminate u from row 3 and then u from row 2, and then second step you have to eliminate u from row 3 and then try to eliminate v also from row 3, right? So to get a triangular system, we should have all uv terms in the first row. First row cannot be changed. It should have all the unknowns. Second row should have only v and w. Third row should have only w. That is a triangular system, which then can be solved by back substitution method. So this elimination is called as Gaussian elimination, or also forward elimination. So in step 1, what we can do here is R2 is equal to R2 minus 2 times R1, right? If we multiply row 1 by 2 and subtract from row 2, you will get, what do you get? What is the new R2 after doing this step? I will not
0.
write all the steps as it is a homework. R2 or equation 2, you will get it as anyone? (3w). Please unmute and tell me, okay? So you will get
3w.
row 2 as 3w, right? If you rewrite the equations, what will be the equations? Equation 1 is as it is, that is u plus v plus w is equal to, that is the first equation. Row 2 or equation 2 is 3w, that is second equation. 4u plus 4v plus 8w, that is the third equation. Now step 2 is to eliminate u from the third equation, okay? So now, what is the transformation or elimination step you can apply? R3 is equal to R3 minus 4 times R1. Multiple of the lower rows have to be subtracted from the that particular row, okay, which you want to change. So what you will get if you do this?
4w.
You will get equation 3 or row 3 as 4w. So now if you rewrite all equations, you will get u plus v plus w, 3w and 4w. Okay, so you have first row in a proper form, which is unchanged. All the 3 unknowns are there as per the requirement. Second row has one unknown, that is 3w, and third row is also having only one term, that is w, right? If there was v and u term in any one of those, you could have exchanged the rows and you could have got the equation having v and u terms to second row, and you could have pushed the equation having only one term, that is w, to the third row, right? Now here the row exchange also does not work. So this is unsolvable, right? Because this is not in the triangular form. Even you cannot apply row exchange also here. So if you write the matrix will be 1, 1, 1, coefficient matrix, then 3 and 4, right? So these are zeros. So it is a upper triangular. Is it upper triangular?
No.
No, right? You should have this term to make it upper triangular. So these diagonal elements of the upper triangular matrix are called as pivots. And you know that in the last class, pivots cannot be zero, right? Pivots cannot be zero. You have second pivot as zero. So this is unsolvable. Row exchange also will not work. This is not equal to u. So all these concepts which are dealt in every class will not be repeated. You should remember what is upper triangular, what is pivots, why it is unsolvable. Okay, it is all these concepts are required throughout. That is why these concepts are discussed here. This is not in the syllabus. These are basics which you have already studied. So please remember all these terms, very important terms. Pivots, why it is unsolvable, row exchange, Gaussian elimination. Okay, what you mean by everything you should remember throughout the scope of this particular course. Okay, now today we will discuss about triangular factors and row exchanges. Okay, triangular factors and row exchanges. So you can write today's date. What is the date today?
23.
So please write down. Triangular and triangular factors and row exchanges. Okay, so this is from 1.5 section of textbook. Okay, 1.5. Consider one example. At the end of the topic, you will come to know what is the meaning of triangular factors and row exchanges. Let us consider a set of equations. These are the same equations which we solved in the last class. Okay, so first we will be solving for upper triangular matrix to get upper triangular matrix by applying Gaussian elimination. Then we will be writing the matrix equivalent of each step. So what are we doing in the each step? We are multiplying the rows below the first, the lower rows. Okay. And then we are subtracting from the higher rows. So we will be writing a matrix equivalent of that here. So I will consider the same example. Those are not understood yesterday, you will be able to understand today because the first half will be the same. So equations two u plus v plus w is equal to 5, 4u minus 6v is equal to minus 2, minus 2u plus 7v plus 2w is equal to 9. Okay, so this is the original system. Okay, so I can write the matrix form of this now, right? So matrix form of this is, what is the matrix form of this equations? Ax is equal to b, right? So what is A? A is a coefficient matrix, X is a matrix of unknowns, B is the right hand sides of the equations, right? Now tell me what is matrix A? Elements of matrix A. A is equal to
2, 1, 1.
2, 1, 1.
4 minus
4,
6.
0. Minus 2.
Minus 2, 7, 2.
Minus 2, 7, 2. What is the matrix of unknowns?
UVW.
U, V, W. What is the right hand sides of equations?
5,
5
2, 5 minus 2 and 9.
minus 2, 9. Right. So this is the original system, and we have written the matrix form of the original system, and then these matrix, the matrix of coefficients and matrix of right hand sides will change because we will be applying now Gaussian elimination, right? So now what is the first step to arrive at upper triangular form? What is the first step in Gaussian elimination? Step 1. What is the aim? Aim to convert matrix A into upper triangular matrix. That is nothing but Gaussian elimination. You are applying different transformations to rows. What is the rule there again? Multiple of lower rows have to be subtracted from higher rows. First row cannot change. First row should have all the coefficients. In case the first row is not having all the coefficients, U, V, W, before starting the problem itself, you have to go for what? Assume that the first equation, okay, just a hint here, first equation is having only U and V. Second equation is having U, V, W terms. You cannot have first equation as only U and V. First equation should have all the three terms. So you have to do the row exchange in the beginning itself, exchange second and the first row, and then start with the elimination. Okay. Always the first row should have all the terms. If it is not having, then you have to exchange with the row which is having all the three coefficients, because throughout the problem you will not be changing the first equation. First equation remains the same and you should have all the three values, right? Because that is not going to change. We want these three coefficients in the upper triangular matrix, right? If you see the previous problem, the first row values remains the same, right? It won't change. So if it is not having all the three coefficients or the unknowns, you have to replace it with the row which is having that, and then start with the problem. First row will not change, it remains as it is. You are not applying any transformation to the first row. You are always subtracting multiples of first row from the other rows. So other rows only will change. That you might have understood by now. Okay, we'll start step. What was the step 1? Step 1 is to eliminate U from the second equation, then to eliminate U from the third equation, and then to eliminate V also from the second equation, right? Sorry, third equation, right? Step 1. See, this is the same problem which we discussed yesterday. So you know what is the aim. Subtract two times this is the repetition, so I'll do it quickly. Gaussian elimination. Subtract 2 times the first equation from second, right? So R2 is equal to, just refer back, R2 minus 2R1, right? So what was R2? If you perform this, what did you get as R2?
Minus
Yesterday's
8.
problem itself. I will not do the steps once again because it's already 9:30. I have to complete this topic. Since it is a repetition, same example I have taken, because first half will remain the same. Row 2 will become minus A3 minus 2W. That is equal to minus 12, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll rewrite the equations once. Row 2 is changed now, so the first equation remains as it is. 2u plus v plus w is equal to 5 minus 8v minus 2w is equal to minus 12. All of you please write down, even though it is a repetition, because some points I will be telling you which has to be highlighted there, and it is required for the next step. Okay. So after changing the row 2, that is by eliminating u from row 2, you will get the second row like this. Row 1 and row 3 remains as it is. So what we have done here, what was the multiplier? Multiplier was 2, right? 2 times row 1 was subtracted from what? Row 2. Okay. What was the next step?
Eliminating u from third row.
Step 2, eliminating u from third row. For that, we can perform R3 is equal to R3 minus 1 into R1, right? So if you do this, what do you get? New row 3 is equal to (8v). No one is speaking, no? Only one girl is responding. What others are doing? Okay, you will get the row 3 as this. If you don't concentrate, you will be in trouble later. This is not the theory subject to buy heart everything at the end, okay? This is the only resource you have to work out with me. And other than that, you have the textbooks. Okay, R3, 8v plus 3w is equal to 14. So now I can write the entire set of equations once again. So row 1 remains as it is. Row 2 was changed to 8v minus 2w is equal to minus 12. And row 3 is changed to 8v plus 3w is equal to 14. Right. So what did we do here? What was the multiplier?
Minus 1.
Multiplier was minus 1. Right. Minus 1 times
R1.
1 was subtracted from row 3. Okay. So this is important, what we have done in each step. Now step 3. Step 3, you have to remove v term from equation 3. Then only the equations will be in a triangular system, right? You have to remove this v term from equation 3. So the transformation applied or the elimination applied will be R3 is equal to minus of minus 1 into R2, right? Subtract minus 1 times row 2 from row 3. You can write subtract minus 1 times row 2 from row 3. So please write down subtract minus 1 times row 2 from row 3. So if you do this, R3 will be W is equal to 2, right? This is what you get. Now if I rewrite before that I will just write down this point here. What did we do here? Multiplier was minus 1. So minus 1 times row 2 was subtracted from row 3. Okay. Now I will rewrite the equations after 3 steps. Now we have got the triangular system. So now we have 2u plus v plus w is equal to 5 minus 8v minus 2W is equal to minus 12. W is equal to 2, right? Now this is the triangular system. Okay. Now writing the matrix form of this modified system. So can you tell me the matrix form of this? 2, 1, 1 coefficient matrix, minus 8, minus 2 and 1, right? So this is the upper triangular form, right? Upper triangular form. This is a upper triangular matrix. Unknowns U, V, W, and the right hand sides 5, minus 12 and 2. Now if you compare this with the original matrix form of the original equations, which are the matrices which are changed? Which matrix is changed? A is converted into U, right? Check the beginning part. Original equations you have written in the matrix form, right? So there it was, the coefficient matrix was A, it got converted into U. Matrix of unknowns was U, V, W, it remains as it is. And then the right hand sides of the equation was represented by matrix. What is the matrix name? Anyone? Quickly. B, right? Please unmute and tell me how many times I have to tell you. Okay, so that is changed now. See, because you can see there, the right hand sides of the equations are changed during the Gaussian elimination. The values there are different in matrix B. So we cannot name it as B once again because the contents are changed. So it is C. Only the matrix of unknowns remains as it is. So it is X itself. A is changed to U. The original matrix of coefficients is converted into upper triangular matrix, and the original matrix of right hand sides of the equation is changed to C because the values here are changed. So Ax is equal to B was original system is converted to Ux is equal to C, right? So this is obtained by Gaussian elimination, and you know that from this you can find the unknowns, right? And that is called as back substitution method, right? Substituting back, you got what is W. W is equal to 2 as a last equation when you apply the elimination, and then W is equal to 2 has to be substituted into equation what? 2 to get V, and then what you had got V value? What was the V value?
1.
Yeah. So W is equal to 2, V is equal to 1 have to be subtracted W is equal to V is equal to 1 in equation 1 to get what? U. This is called as back substitution. Now we are not interested in finding the values of U, V, W. We are interested in finding the matrix representation of each of these steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3. In step 1, 2 was multiplied with row 1 and subtracted from row 2. Step 2, minus 1 was multiplied with row 1 and subtracted from row 3. In step 3, minus 1 is multiplied with row 2 and subtracted from row 3. Right? So you have to write the matrix form of that. Please write down. The matrix U is called upper triangular. Please write down. The matrix U is called as upper triangular, and all entries below diagonal are zeros. Okay. Be fast. This method is called as Gaussian or forward elimination. This method is called as Gaussian or forward elimination, which amounted to 3 row operations. Which amounted to 3 row operations. Okay, so what are those row operations? That is start with A and B, apply steps 1, 2 and 3. You have already what is step 1, 2 and 3 you have written today. End with U and C. Okay, end with U and C. Now Ux is equal to C is solved by back substitution, and you know that, which is already done. Okay, so now you know that A is changed to U, right? So now you are going to find what is the role of matrices E, F and G. Okay, in converting the original coefficient matrix A into a upper triangular matrix U. Okay, so E is a matrix for step 1, F is a matrix for step 2, G is a matrix for step 3. Okay. Okay. So you know that E is a matrix for step 1, F is a matrix for step 2, G is a matrix for step 3. So step 1, step 2, step 3 all together converted the matrix A into matrix U. So step 1 is multiplying row 1 with 2 and subtracting from row 2, right? So you have it already and you know it by now because we have repeated the same problem once again. Now write down matrices E, F, G are called as elementary matrices. Okay, matrices E, F, G are called as elementary matrices. Now there is a rule, please write down, this rule is used to write the matrices E, F and G. The rule used to write the matrices E, F and G, that is to subtract a multiple L of equation J from equation I put the number minus L into the I comma J position of the matrix. Okay, so this is how we can write the E, F, G matrices. Okay, E is for step 1, F is for step 2, G is for step 3. Okay, now this is not completed. Otherwise, now what about the other entries of the matrix? Otherwise, keep the identity matrix with ones on the diagonal and zeros elsewhere. Okay, just read it once again. You will be very clear. What it says, to subtract a multiple L of equation J from equation I, put the number minus L into I comma J position of the matrix. Otherwise, keep the identity matrix with ones on the diagonal and zeros elsewhere. So you know that E is for step 1, right? So E matrix is for step 1. How to write? Step 1, what did we do in step 1? Anyone? What did we do in
Eliminate
step 1?
U.
Yeah, the step 1, right? To eliminate U, what did we do?
R2 is equal to R2 minus 2 into
I
R1.
had given one statement, no statement. Step 1, multiple of row 1. What is the multiple there?
2.
2. So multiple is 2. So multiple, this statement I have given right at the end of each step. Step 1 was
Subtracting R1, R2 from
multiple of 2 from R1 subtracted multiple 2 of R1, right? Subtracted from R2, right? 2 times R1 subtracted from R2. So as per this rule, we have to put minus L into I comma J position. Now what is I comma J position? Now multiple is L, okay? This multiple is L, and then multiple L of equation J. Multiple L of equation 1, row 1 or equation 1 from equation I, from equation 2. Multiple L of equation 1 from equation 2 as per the rule. So in that case, we have to put minus L, that is minus 2 into which position of the matrix? Multiple L of equation J. So then this becomes J and this becomes I, right? So I comma J means it is 2 comma 1. So you have to put minus 2 into position 2 comma 1. So what is 2 comma 1 position? This is 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3, 2 comma 1. Here you have to put minus 2. 2 comma 2, 2 comma 3, 3 comma 1, 3 comma 2, 3 comma 3. Right? So otherwise it is an identity matrix with diagonal matrices as 0 and diagonal elements as 1, right? And upper triangular elements as 0. So right. So this is equation, or this is matrix E, which is written for step 1. Now you will get these elements for step 2 and step 3. Now for matrix E, these elements are zeros. Okay. So next, coming to the next step, that is writing matrix F. Matrix F is written for second step. What was step 2? What did we do in step 2? What was the multiplier?
minus 1.
Minus 1, ma'am.
Minus 1. Multiplier was minus 1. minus 1 of equation J. What was that? Minus 1 of which equation? Tell me.
R1.
1, right? So J is 1 subtracted from
R3.
which equation? R3, that is equation 3, right? So J is equal to 1, I is equal to 3. You have to just follow that rule which is written above. Okay, in that case, what you have to put? You have to put minus L into the position I comma J of the matrix, right? Now what is minus L? Minus L is equal to 1 into which position? I comma J. What is I? I is 3, J is 1, right? So now fill the matrix. 3 comma 1. Which is the 3 comma 1 position? 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3, 2 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 2 comma 3, 3 comma 1. This should be 1, right? So then the diagonal element should be 1, and above diagonal the entry should be 0 as per the rules. Okay, and below the diagonal the other entries for F can be 0, because you have got what is this position in previous matrix, that was minus 2. This you will get for the actually for the next matrix, that is G. Okay, so you can either write it as 0 or you can just leave it, okay, to avoid confusion, because 3 comma 1, these are the elements you get by applying the elimination steps. So 3 comma 1 is 1 here. These entries you can leave it. They are actually zeros. You can just mention there that the empty places are nothing but zeros. We are not writing to eliminate, to avoid the confusion. Okay, first to understand, we will not write it here also. Okay, we need not write it. We can just leave them empty. Okay, the meaning is they are actually zeros, but here to understand the analysis, we are leaving it because they are filled by these each steps. Each step will give you one coefficient there. Now what was step 3? What was the multiplier?
Minus 1, ma'am.
Minus 1 of which row?
R2.
So the equation 2 from which equation? 3. So minus 1 of equation 2 was subtracted from equation 3. So in the matrix, we have to put minus L, that is plus 1, in the position I comma j, right? And that is equal to 3 comma 2, right? Now write down the matrix. Matrix G is equal to 3 comma 2, 3 comma 1, 3 comma 2. Here it should be 1, and you know that the diagonal elements are 1 as per the rule, and other entries here are zeros. Okay, so this is G, right? Now A is converted into U by the matrices E, F, G, right? E is step 1, F is step 2, G is step 3. By the combined action of step 1, step 2, step 3, that is the matrices E, F, G, the matrix coefficient matrix A got converted into U, right? So you can write it as G, F, E, A is equal to U, right? Step 1, step 2, step 3, right? The row eliminations applied in step 1, step 2, step 3 gave you A, F, G. Combined action of that of A is equal to U. So G into F into E is a matrix. Can you write what will be G into F into E? It will be, can you tell me what you had here? In E, -2, then in the matrix F you had 1 here, in the matrix G you had 1 here, right? So the combined or the multiplication of G F E will give you this G into F into E. These are nothing but L is a multiplier of each step, and these are nothing but minus L values, negative of multipliers, right? Okay. So now if you get if you get U from A by multiplying G, F, E matrices, okay, A is converted into U by multiplying G, F, E, A, okay. So A is multiplied with the matrix of step 1, step 2, step 3. So E is multiplied first, that is step 1, and then F is multiplied, and finally G is multiplied. So if you get the triangular matrix U from A by multiplying G, F, E, that means by applying step 1, step 2, and step 3, then how do you get the inverse? That is, how can you get A from U? Anyone? You can get back, okay, from U back to A. How? Anyone? By applying E inverse, F inverse, G inverse of U is equal to A. Okay, E inverse, F inverse, G inverse of U is equal to A. Since while multiplying, you are multiplying E first and then F, then G, when you are applying the reverse operation, or when you are getting back A from U, you have to multiply U with G inverse first, F inverse first, and then G inverse first. That is in the reverse order. Okay. Now, what are the matrices G inverse, F inverse, E inverse? I will quickly write down. E inverse, F inverse, G inverse is equal to F inverse is and G inverse is right. So this is the 1, 2 position, 3, 1 position, 3, 2 positions. What happened? In the upper triangular matrix remains the same in the inverses. The diagonal is 1, 1, 1, 1 itself, and the elements above diagonal are zeros. That won't change. That is the same as the original EFG. In the inverse, the L values are nothing but the multipliers. Right? So you are getting the L values itself. In the EFG, you had minus L's, right? You had -2 here, +1 here, +1 here. So in the inverses, you are getting the actual multipliers at those positions, right? So multiplier was 2 in the first step, 1 in the second step, and 1 in the third step, right? So you get back those itself, right? 2 in the first step, -1 in the second step, -1 in the third step. So if you multiply these three, the product will be, that is G inverse, F inverse, E inverse will be right? E inverse, F inverse, G inverse is equal to this. This is nothing but a lower triangular matrix, and these are nothing but the multipliers of each step, right? So this is also called as A is equal to L into U, right? A is equal to LU. Okay, you get back A, from the upper triangular matrix, which is the result of Gaussian elimination, by multiplying L, right? By multiplying L, where L is this matrix, that is E inverse, F inverse, G inverse. E inverse, F inverse, G inverse is a matrix L. So you are multiplying the upper triangular matrix by E inverse, G inverse, F inverse to get back A, right? And in the matrix L, that is in this matrix, you have multipliers 2, -1, -1, okay, below the, sorry, this is 1, below the diagonal. Above the diagonal you have 0, so it is lower triangular matrix. Below diagonal you have multipliers 2, -1, -1. They are also called as L values. L is nothing but the multiplier. Okay, so I will conclude. So here A is equal to E inverse, F inverse, G inverse of U, right? So this is called as matrix L. In matrix L, below the diagonal, you have all the multipliers 2, 1, -1, -1, which is applied in each step, step 1, step 2, step 3, to convert matrix A to U. So when the inverse of those matrices are applied, E inverse, F inverse, G inverse, you get A, the original matrix, back from the upper triangular matrix U. So getting back A from U. Initially in Gaussian elimination, you converted A into U by using product of EFG. Now you are getting back A from U by multiplying U with E inverse, F inverse, G inverse. Okay, so this A is equal to LU is very, very important in the linear algebra. You have to remember throughout. It is also called as triangular factorization. Okay, so please go through the entire thing what is done today. You will understand. Okay, so if you have any doubts, get it clarified before the next class. Okay, I hope you have written neatly as and when it is done here. Please go through your notes, and if you have any doubts, please clarify before the next class. Okay, these things will not be explained once again. Okay, but they are used throughout, so you should remember how it is done, what it is. Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, EC 91 present, ma'am.